Well, it's the last leg of the race, and the USA SailGP team have been constantly trying to fight their flight control issues. The boat looks really unstable through the entire race, and now they approach the finish line, and they're in a battle with France to avoid last place.
We were really trying to beat the French, you know, every point counts, and I decided to push as hard as I could. You know, on the reaching and on downwind and upwind, you're trying to push the boat as hard as you can to make the boat go as fast as possible. And that was an opportunity in a moment where if you push the boat really hard and you're really, really consistent with the ride height, you might be able to edge out one boat and get one more point on the board, and that's what I went for.
This is the battle for last place. This is not where the Americans want to be in their home event. They've got to push it really hard to try and beat the French. On board with them there. They're flying pretty high there. They're over the French. They crash down just on the finish line, and the French roll over the top. That is last place for America's SailGP.
Right, boys, you want to regroup here, right?
First race, we were the only ones using the pitch damper. I'm not sure. Just try to figure out what's different.
Wow, that's pretty much it for today, and tomorrow is the finals. It's also Father's Day in the USA. And for the home team, the final is virtually unreachable.
You'll probably be happy that I'm actually going to say I'm disappointed, because I've seen in the past you were shocked that I wasn't. So yes, I'm definitely disappointed. Okay. Yeah, look, very disappointing day.
Look, I've got no excuses, but I accept full responsibility for the results we got for today.
You know, I took it as a good leader should, you know. He took the responsibility for what happened, even though it's not his, really, it's my responsibility. I'm the one flying the boat, you know.
I think I'm just going to be pretty candid and honest about this. And I'm putting my hand up. I'm saying I think we're all guilty of this, and we need to improve as a team, because for me, the most successful teams in high-level racing are the ones that if you just listen to the onboard comms, you don't know if they're winning the race, you don't know if they're in last place, you don't know if they're in an absolute shit fight with someone, but it's the exact same tone, it's the exact same atmosphere on board the boat. My feeling was, I felt like it was like a burden. You know, you get into the back there, it's almost like weight coming on, where it should be, guys, we're here, let's prove why we should be one of the best teams.
Welcome to the final, and it's deja vu. The same lineup for the final as we had in Bermuda: Australia, Great Britain, and Canada.
So, USA SailGP team has not made the final at their home event, and also a disappointing result for New Zealand after race 5. They were so close this time, but really they haven't cracked the F50 code yet.
Remember, 3 boats, going to be a lot more clearer air, so you know, potentially you're going to be foiling the whole race in this one.
So here we see Australia, Great Britain and Canada, all of them jockeying for position at the start. Remember now, the boat who gets to Mark 1 first wins 70% of these finals.
Go.
Perfect from Australia in the middle of the line, and now it's a blast. Look at the speeds at the top of the mast, 10 kilometres an hour faster. I think it could be Australia first at the mark again. Can Canada hang on the inside? What a masterclass at the start line there.
There's 2 ways to win a race: is you sail less distance or you go faster than the other boat. And Australia is really, really good at going faster than the other boats. And the one place they're really good at that is on the first reach.
And it's Australia SailGP making it to Mark 1 first.
This race and this final, it was the same 3 teams, and yeah, we found ourselves unfortunately in second again at Mark 1, and there were no passing lanes effectively, so it was easy to stay second and hard to jump up to first.
And look at that, see the huge advantage they already have. Unless Australia make a big mistake, it looks like they've got this final in the bag.
We've been talking all week about high speed equaling great fly controller technique, and there's one master of this, and that is Australian Jason Waterhouse. Jason Waterhouse, I mean, he was our MVP in Bermuda, and he's done it again. You can only wonder where a talent like Jason comes from. It feels like you're watching a once-in-a-lifetime kind of sailor.
Honestly, I think it's just his feel. He just gets boats. Jason Waterhouse, by the age of, I think, 12 years old, he'd been around the world twice with his family.
when I was young, my parents said, let's sell the houses, the cars, and let's buy a yacht and go explore the world on a yacht. So we did a few different trips, sometimes 3 weeks away from any land. But there's so many stories like hurricanes, pirate attacks, remote islands with not seeing any other people. My earliest memory of, being on the ocean was I was a little boy. I was only 5, and my dad used to play a trick on me. He knew we'd be approaching land, but we couldn't see it. And he'd say, Jason, get your magic shark tooth and rub it and wish for land. And he knew it was coming, obviously, but I didn't. And I used to just wish and say, yes, I want land. I want ice cream and chocolate and toys. And then, sure enough, a few hours later, Jason, look, there's an island. You've found the island. So that's kind of my earliest memories.
And the T-Mobile United States Sail Grand Prix Chicago at Navy Pier goes the way of the Australians. The 2-time defending champions make it 2 in a row.
No, I don't know how he does it. He's colorblind, and so the ride height marks he can't see that well. Maybe that's got something to do with it, but whatever he's doing, it's working.
You guys are becoming like the Chicago Bulls of the Australian world.
I know,
Keep winning, man.
We're lucky to get in there, to be honest.
Yeah, God, I feel bad. Canada and GBR they sound so much better than us all week.
Yeah, well, I'm terribly sorry for him if he's feeling bad about winning. But that's on the rest of us to do a better job. And, who knows what we'll get in Plymouth. But for us, racing in front of a home crowd, that's always a brilliant experience. So we're looking forward to that. And hopefully it'll give us that little bit of extra push to get higher up the leaderboard.
Sorry, Phil, you were on a
Don't feel sorry for me, man.
Oh no, we don't. Don't get me wrong, we don't.
I said you had a good regatta. It's frustrating that the Australians keep winning. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but we're getting there. We're getting closer every single time we go out there and race, and I don't think they're unbeatable. It's just going to take a little bit more time, and once you beat them once, I think you'll get them every time.
There's quite a big gap. How do you guys develop as a team when you can't go together?
I think if you look at the numbers won't lie. Sorry, it's probably my mum. Probably my mum just talking me off the cliff. Look, I think the numbers don't lie. I think San Francisco, we have the biggest.
USA!
Just a stop at the start by the Kiwis.
There's Dad right there. Do you see him?
Yeah. The most exciting thing for me is to see my daughter come through here and say, oh, cool, I see CJ or I see Anna coming off the boat. I could do that someday. I mean, the way that I learned how to do this was in the same format. I was 8, 9 years old in the America's Cup. Chasing my dad around the boat park and mingling with these sailors, and you say, okay, I can do this. I know these people. They're real human beings. They're not some superhero. They're real people. So I can do this. And for my daughter to be able to see that is it's really, really special and lucky, because I don't think that was happening in my generation. And so I think we're turning the page in a way that's going to expand our sport and make it better.
You come ashore and the kids are actually just excited to see the guys. And so I think the important lesson for me is you need to really show the kids, well, okay, yeah, things are not going well at the moment. We're having a bad event, but what are we going to do about it? Because it's such an important lesson in life that just because things get hard or difficult or you're not doing well, it's no reason to throw the towel in. And if anything, that's when you've really got to come together as a team and individually and just keep swinging away and work yourself back up. So that's the motivation, I think, for the team, and that's a really important lesson in my mind to show the kids.
The last race here in SailGP Inspire Wasp programme in Chicago, and young Gavin Ball is proving to be in a class of his own.
He's heading towards the victory, and he just ended the previous races second, first, and I think he's going to want to cap off another day with yet another win.
I'm really lucky to have a super awesome club that really supports me, but without such support, coming out of Hawaii, it's like even though the conditions are so good and it's like you can get so good there, what's really hard is making that next step going into competition and competing in the big fleets.
How's it going, CJ? Doing good.
Do you finish racing?
No, but I'm currently leading with a 2-1-1-1, so I got told to come out here.
Oh, that's sick.
So that's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, CJ, she's one of my best friends, and it's like we always go like foiling, and just to see her out on the F50 is just crazy. And CJ has really just broken through those barriers and just made it out, and it's amazing to see.
All right.
What's your name?
Gavin.
Jeff. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. All right.
I remember back when I was, a young kid growing up, and you were looking to certain teams and certain people that you looked up to, and I think some of the best experiences were when those sort of mentors, or for me at those times they were like heroes, took the time and really connected with you, and that was such a highlight. And to see how much of an influence that can have for, let's say, a junior sailor or even a junior engineer that wanted to come up into SailGP eventually, man, let's face it, they'll probably be in these teams very, very soon.
And these control the rudder pitch, yeah? How's it, Anna?
Good, how you doing?
Doing good.
See you killing it in the Wasp.
Yeah, I got a 2-1-1-1.
Nice. Big fan.
And Gavin Ball crosses the finish line first. He has to be ecstatic to win in front of the F50 fleet.
So is this the kind of talent the USA have been looking for? Is this the kind of talent that will reshuffle the pecking order and put the USA back on top like they were in the mid-80s?
I was speechless. It just my smile just hasn't stopped the whole time I've been here. Every time I see one of those F50s, no matter what I'm feeling, I just have to stop and just smile, because that's all I can do.